Hello, this is Nick Curcio, a marketing specialist over here at TAB. And today I'm going to be showing you a short demonstration on how to use our ADS or Audience Delivery System. And I'm going to start by going to our website here at tabonline.com and coming up to Member Sign In and signing in by clicking ADS or our Audience Delivery System link right here. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and enter my credentials. This system is available to all of our plant members, as well as any agency members that have access to panel by panel unit-specific ratings data. I'm going to log in. And what this will bring us to is a screen that allows us to start selecting where we want to search, what we want to search for, and then our next tab will allow us to select what we want to know about what we're searching for, and then we're going to be allowed to generate a report, and this report will be able to be viewed and examined in Excel or some other software like this in order for us to view and examine the data. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the first tab of search criteria here, and I'm going to go ahead and just select the Chicago DMA. As you could see here, we have multiple selections for the market that you could select. And what's most important in this selection is where you want the audience to come from. Yes, you're also going to be offered any panels that are available in that geography, but you can refine and select in individual areas where you actually want panels and units to be located later in the process. Here is where what we need to select is our universe, where we want our audience to come from. This is important in comparing and combining with other media, with the metrics of other media. So, in the case of DMA, this would be what television uses. CBSA, or core base statistical area, is often what radio is going to be using. Also, we have the ability to view by county and custom standard markets built on county lines. But like I said, I'll go ahead and stay with the Chicago DMA here. Here you also have the options to search by planet operator. Operators, and you can see how many panels that are available, the media type that's available, the name of the individual plant from that out-of-home company, and obviously the different media types here. So we'll stick with bulletins here, CBS. Here you actually have the option to go in and make individual selections of panels by applying filters, and select more rows here by using our slider here. What I often recommend people do is, if possible, leave as many panels in the search there, because you could actually sort and examine based on the panel data and the ratings data in Excel or Numbers or whichever spreadsheet software you're using. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this unchecked and select all 742 bulletins here, and I'm going to go to the next screen. So in this screen, I've selected where I want the audience to be coming from, the plant, including the operator and individual plant, the media category, the media type, and number of panels I want here. Then I'm going to select what I want to know about those panels I've selected. So I'm going to go ahead and click all of these report columns. This includes impressions and market impressions, which are important in the calculation of rating points itself, and market population, as well as a percentage composition. I'm also going to leave all this panel data selected so that we could see it. And then here we're allowed to pick whichever demographics we'd like. So I'm going to go ahead and throw 18 plus in here, and then I'll begin selecting another demographic. Basically what's happening here is I'm allowed to pick whichever demographic I want and define the demographic here and then add this to selection. So all of this information will be provided for each one of these demographics I select. So for example, when I go and I add, let's say, adults by household income, 100K plus, and I add that to selection, what I'm going to get at this point until I select more, or even after I've selected more, is all of this information for this category and all of this information for this category as well. So these aren't additive, they are separate demos that I'm selecting. I'm also going to go ahead and select an ethnicity here. So for 742 panels that I've selected, I will be receiving how they reach people 18 plus along these report columns, how they reach people in the household income category of 100K plus for household income, and we get all these data points for that, and African American females. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and generate a report just by giving it a name. I'll call this Chicago ADS demo. And we could go ahead and take a look at this. Okay, and we have I have saved the file and I went ahead and opened it in Numbers, and we go ahead and take a look at the ratings information that we have. I also went ahead and took a little time to highlight the top of these rows here in the different colors so that we can see the distinctions between this different ratings data that we have available. But basically all the way on the left we'll see the unit numbers, structure numbers, the arteries that they're on. Then we're going to see the ratings data for the various demographics that we selected. And scrolling all the way to the right, we see a bunch of panel data, including flats and longs and illumination distance, the county that it's in. In fact, this is the place where you would want to go ahead and select, geographically where you would want your boards to be after selecting, the Chicago DMA. If you wanted to only have things in Cook County, you could go ahead and just examine, do a quick sort and examine only that. But with that aside, let's go ahead and look at just our general 18 plus information. We could see here in this column, column P, the total impressions for 18 plus, which is the general demographic. The in-market impressions, that's the impressions that are coming from people that live within the Chicago DMA. As well as our rating points. So, you could go ahead and do a quick highlight on these, and you could see, if you needed, 30 rating points, these top, let's see, 21 here would work for you. You can see the sum here. You could also do a sort. You can sort and examine, use the full functionality of your spreadsheet software in order to examine this information. We also see our percentage composition here, which will always be 100 for 18 plus, and population. I'm going to scoot over here to, let's see, household income to take a better look at percentage composition, because that's a very useful tool here in the ratings data, which basically percentage composition is defined as the percentage of the impressions that are going to these individual panels. We'll take number 6 as an example, that are coming from the defined demographic. So for this panel along row 6, 31.1% of its impressions are coming from this demographic. Okay, so this is not a reach number, but it does tell you how effective these individual panels are at reaching the various demographics. We also can see how all of these panels perform against this demographic in other ways as well, obviously by seeing total impressions, the in-market impressions, the rating points, which is defined as in-market impressions divided by the population of the target, multiplied by 100. And you're going to get this number here, and the same holds true for any demographic you selected here, as well as adults 18 plus. So that's the basic ratings data, along with other sort of panel data that's available via ADS. Please take a look at this video and others that we have on our website. And until next time, this has been Nick Curcio. Have a good day.